Big shout out to Prime XBT for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know who Prime are a platform where you can not only trade crypto, but you can also trade FX, commodities, and stock indices. And the beauty of these guys is you can use crypto, either Bitcoin or USDT, as collateral to trade against these pairs. If you want to find out more about them, then check out the links down in the description. And if you do want to trade with them, then use our codes below to get up to a 7,000 USDT deposit bonus and 25% off trading fees. So thanks once again for sponsoring today's video. Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember, everything discussed today is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my view of the markets, and it's for educational purposes only. Now that's out of the way, let's dive into Bitcoin and have a look. So obviously, last week we were discussing on the YouTube channel that we were looking for some. Where's last week's video? That we were looking for some volatility, and it's nice to know that we did get some volatility. And it was to the upside, which is always nice. Keeps everyone happy. And we've reached the top of the local range. So let's jump straight in and let's have a look what's going on. So let's zoom down to the 4-hour chart, and let's throw it on our local range, which is here. And then, as usual, we'll throw on the volume profile, and what we can see here. So let's expand this a little bit. Right, here we go. So obviously last week we were talking, and we were back. Where were we? Where's Thursday? Thursday we were here, hovering around here. It's around is this right? Yeah, around the 5th of January, and we were looking initially to come up to this value area high / golden pocket region. And what happened as price came up? Obviously, we did get a few reactions off the value area high. There was some good short scalps to be had, but obviously, as I always say to the guys, when you're trading against the trend, make sure we're locking in profits nice and early. So obviously, a few of these scalps, good positions, absolutely valid trades, but obviously we just don't hold on to them too long, because obviously we are in a local uptrend, and this local uptrend obviously carried on going. Now, one thing we were looking at in the group is we were looking at the golden pocket, and obviously I was talking about it last week as well on the video. The golden pocket was the next level above, which had taken out these highs. We did come into the golden pocket, and let's zoom in. We got a good few reactions off it. The first one, we came up. We actually front run it on the USDT pairs, actually hit it, and then after that we did get the back test. But as we can see here, we never actually changed local structure. We just carried on grinding up against it. And obviously, like any SR level, when you've got a key SR level like this, and you've got price action, comes up, taps it, rejects. Comes up, taps it, rejects. The more times it hits that level, the more likely it is going to go. And that's all that's happened here. This SR level has been tapped a fair few times, and eventually it went. And then it went to the upside, and it actually blasted straight through the 786 fib, the 886 fib, and straight up into the range highs. So what happens now? Well, let's have a look, shall we? So first and foremost, one thing I'm not comfortable with, and anyone that trades within our Discord will know, I don't like equal highs. Technically, we have slightly wicked through it. Am I on the right wick? No, I'm not. Let's get on the wick before that. There we go. So we've not technically wicked through it. There we go. We've got equal highs. Now, I'm not a fan of equal highs. You know, double tops, double bottoms. It's not something that I trade. I like to see something different to give me a more valid trade setup. So for now, I'm waiting patient until I get something obvious here. So what could happen? Well, first and foremost, if price does continue up, let's just zoom back here. Now, we were talking about this weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Above us, we have the old range point of control. So let's just throw this on the chart now. There we go, the old range point of control. So we've got value area low, we've got a point of control. On top of this, we've also got a golden pocket. So this is what I'm looking at. So from here, we either back into the range and we come back down. Bear in mind we've also got CPI later on today, so I'm expecting some volatility coming across the stock market and crypto. And speaking of which, if you guys want to know my thoughts and watch along in real time, I will be going live for the members in the Discord at 1 PM today. We're going to be talking through my local plans, obviously in a lot more detail than what comes out to the public on YouTube. And obviously we may have some live trade setups during the event, and we'll see what happens. Obviously we'll talk it through. If you guys want to be part of that, then come over to our website. Obviously we've got access, as we've said many times, to the free Discord here, and that'll get you into the free group. But obviously if you want to take part in the members live stream, then click on the co-pilots course, scroll down, and this is how you join the co-pilots course. So for the grand old price of $59.95, you get access to over 80 hours worth of educational material, which is basically how I trade crypto, forex, stocks, strategies, everything in play. In fact, if you do follow us along on Twitter, you will see that I actually posted a snapshot yesterday of all the content that's on offer in there. So we can see from here, obviously we've got all the chat and chill live streams, which is where I mark up my high time frame swing ideas and talk about local ideas. Everything through from basic introduction beginners all the way through to more advanced trading strategies. And right now we've just started our altcoin trading series. So this is going to be probably a 3 to 4 part series on the different strategies that I use to trade altcoins. So yeah, if you want to get involved in that, then yes, there is a fee involved in it. But unlike some of the other educational content that's out there, I'm not charging 200, 300, 400, 500 quid because I want education for everyone, ideally, in crypto. It's just my way of giving back because, quite frankly, I don't rely on the income from the group. I rely on the income from the trading. Obviously, the group is just a bit of fun for me and gives back to the community. So yeah, if you guys want to join in, then come check us out, and you can join us live at 1 PM today. Anyway, back to the charts. What could happen? So up here, obviously we either get back in the range and start dropping down. If we do start dropping down, then obviously we've got to be aware that we've got value here. Do we get accepted into value, or does value now become support? If it becomes support, it can come back up towards the range highs. If value is not held as support and we get back into value, then quite simply we just traded value again. Bear in mind we've also got the overall range EQ right in the centre. If we lose value to the bottom side, then again, like we've said many times, we'll be looking for the range lows. Simple, it's just level to level. Nothing overly complex here. What happens if we continue up? Well, if we continue up, we could either SFP these highs. That'd be one option I'd be looking at. And obviously, as we can see right now, the 0.5, we didn't actually reach the 0.5 last time. So maybe an SFP into the 0.5. Or we just continue going up. And if we do continue going up, as we say, we've got the naked point of control from the old range, significant level, surrounded by the golden pocket. And if we do get beyond this, then effectively, for a bearish scenario, you'd be looking around the 786 level. Now, this is a bit of a zone. I'm not going to say this is an exact level. This is a bit of a zone, so we've got a couple of key SR levels around here. No reaction there, then ultimately I'm looking for value area high. Okay, if it does continue up, then we're just back again. We're just back to trading this old range. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. So it's not a time to get uber bullish, not a time to get uber bearish. We do have significant resistance above these levels as well. Yes, this could go on. However, until we start to see, a high time frame uptrend, yes, we do have one locally, but bear in mind we're still range bound. Keep it in context. Then I'm not going to start getting overly bullish, but I'm also not overly bearish here either. This could just be one big. Just hide some of this stuff. And we'll hide the local range. This could just be one big deviation. What do I mean by that? Well, we've got the old range here, like so. Zoom up. This could just be one big deviation of the old range. Okay, and then we're back to trade in this range. If we get above this range, quite simply, then we're back into this range. We'll just do level to level. You know, if you are long and you're not taking profits along the way, then you've got to ask yourself why. Something that I believe that people go wrong. People did go wrong in the bull market. You know, the people that didn't learn from last time, where, for example, they were longing all the way up, which is absolutely fine in an uptrend, but then they believe that it's going to continue going up because everyone's screaming 100k, and then what happens? You're giving all your profits back. Then it starts to go up again. Everyone's saying 100k again, and then we start this, and you give all your profits back. Oh, you just continue hodling, and you're hodling through a huge downtrend. Okay? So learn your lesson from the last cycle. Your first cycle is a great learning experience. You pick up a lot of bad habits if this is your first bull cycle. And if you got into the market anywhere along this, you'll pick up a lot of bad habits. This portion of the cycle is where you learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. So now, even though price is in a local uptrend, learn from your mistakes, lock in profits. Lock in profits when you can. Okay? So, quite simply, as we said, if price rolls over here, let's just come back out of this, making a complete hash of it. If price does continue up, then I'm looking for that point of control. Let's get that back on the chart. There we go. Price does continue up. I'm looking around this point of control / value area low. If it's not just a straightforward swing failure pattern of this high. If price does come down, then quite simply, I'm looking to come down towards this value. If this value holds, looking up again. If this value doesn't hold, I'm looking down. Short-term trades, you know, we are in the region of potential swing trades soon. But yeah, just level to level, guys. Don't get overly greedy. Right, that'll do for today's update. And as I say, if you guys want to catch the live update for the CPI event, head over to our website. Links in the description below. And come join us. Right, gang, that'll do. As you were. Bye-bye.